everybody. Hi. We're finally back for session 2 of Witch Quest. It has been 84 years exactly on the dot. But we're glad to be back and go around and introduce ourselves, say who we're playing, all that good stuff, and then hand it over to Taylor to take us on this fun, wholesome adventure. I'm sure it's going to be great. I hope there's yodeling. I'm Katie. I'm Katie. I play Amma, who is a little 13-year-old, 12 or 13. Rachel, how old are they? 13-year-old witch. And I use she, her pronouns, as does Amma, and pass it over to Rachel.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel. Today, I always use she, her pronouns. Today, I am playing Roy, who is a dirty little 13-year-old witch who cannot stay clean for the life of her. She also uses she, her pronouns.
Mariah?
Hi, I'm Mariah. I'm playing Poppy. Both of us use she, her pronouns. Poppy, I think, is 16. I also can't remember how old I am anymore. She's the older, responsible one of the group.
And last but not least, Taylor, our moderator.
Hey, I'm Taylor. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be controlling everybody else in the world. Game is Witch Quest, which is by the, I think, Adventure Management Company. It was released in Japan in 1991 or 2, and pretty much the only existing copy is a bootleg one rolling around, just the fan translation, and that's what we're running from. And yep, that's the game. All right, are you guys all ready to play?
We're dancing, of course we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We're jacked up.
All right. Okay, so last session we had the characters, the witches, go on a quest, as they do, to a little alpine town. Does somebody want to tell me about what happened to that little alpine town?
Oh, I definitely do. I did take very thorough notes.
Okay.
Because that's how Rachel runs. So we went to an alpine town that had lost its voice. And so we went and we talked to a man in a clock tower. The name of the town was Salar. And we talked to Mayor Puck, and she told us about how important the yodel is to the town culture. And the resident yodeler, his name was Appleby.
Yeah.
And he was a cowherd up in the mountains.
He had a good dog.
He had a good dog named Finley, who
Really, really loved that dog.
Who Roy talked to, and we found out that Appleby lost his breath and the wind stole it. And then we managed to talk to the spirit of the wind, who was talking about how Appleby was wasting his breath because it wasn't making him, he wouldn't use it for himself to make him happy. And then we were like, well, just like give it to us. And then he took the breath and he threw it into the woods. And then we had to go through the woods, which obviously had like wolves and bears in it. And then we came across a different kind of bear.
Did you write that in your fucking notes, Rachel?
No, I don't think so. But anyways,
you're not wrong though.
And it was Dara the Forester, and he really liked the sound of Appleby's voice. We managed to find the voice, and then we brought them back. And we brought the voice back to Appleby, and the two of them made faces at each other, and we decided that was good.
Yeah, we left him alone to
Poppy
talk
had
and
to
stuff.
literally drag Roy and Amma away.
We were like,
we were really into it, okay? I don't know if that was Actually, in character, just Rachel and Katie being assholes.
Yeah, well, if you say it in the voice, it's in character.
That's right. I agree with that.
That's what happened last session. And there was lots of yodeling.
And there's a clip of Taylor yodeling that is never going to be deleted ever.
Everything is
on
on the
resume.
internet.
You should. It really should be on your resume.
All right. So that was last session. We started out with you three in your hometown and your cats getting up to your various mischiefs, and in a similar way, we begin in your hometown. But I suppose I'd like to start with the kind of rolling start of. Emma, what are your pastimes currently?
Are my pastimes correct? Okay, I think that she is constantly like bent over some like fortune teller book thing that she's got from either a teacher or library somewhere, constantly reading it and like trying to also draw her own versions of cards. She's not a good artist, but she's trying very hard to be. And I think that's really what she spends most of her time doing.
All right. So while you're in the library, you are going through your books, reading about different things going on. Maybe some divination, maybe a little bit of
I'm
town
trying to
history.
see the next time when Roy's gonna get stuck in a fucking puddle.
It's in 10 minutes.
Very possibly. And at this moment, Poppy comes in, and
come in.
you are going into the library. What brings you into the library today?
Well, since we started out with hobbies, maybe I think Poppy is coming to the library to check out a new book of cross-stitch patterns because I've been into embroidery lately. So I want to figure out how to do frogs because the book I currently have only has like birds and flowers.
Okay. Team building.
Roy, I just picture Roy over Poppy's sheet. That's not what a frog looks like.
It's artistic.
I know many frogs.
It's called abstraction.
Some of my best friends are frogs.
Some of my best friends are frogs.
That will be what's cross-stitched onto the We need to get that internet money so we can make merch. All right. So, anyway, I'm picturing kind of just spread out on one of the study tables, books and papers and cards and all sorts of things all laid about. And Poppy, this is what you see when you come through.
Okay.
And I'll let you interact with each other.
All right. So having grabbed my book, I kind of like come out of the shelves and see this pile of books everywhere, and just Amma in the middle of it, scribbling on her notebook, I guess.
Yeah, not good drawings.
Just kind of walk up behind her, kind of like do the like peek a little bit, like what are you working on?
Ah!
Oh, sorry.
It's very quiet in here. You should sneak up on people.
Oh well, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry about that.
I'm thinking of making my own tarot deck.
Oh.
But the thing is I wanted to make it of different poses that Gork was in. He's a very, very, very
expressive.
That's a word for it. But you see, Gork just likes to just go where there's food, and I have no food, so he's not here.
Oh, I see. That is a problem, I suppose.
She like holds up her notebook, and it's got this drawing of a cat that's more like a blob with sort of like appendages and like a very long cylindrical shape that you sort of get as the tail. And she holds it up, and she's like, I sort of seen, but I don't think it's there.
I mean, it's round like him. I think you got the kind of shape right. Yeah, it's cute. I like it.
Oh, well, thank you, Poppy. That makes me feel a little bit better. I might have to just try to look at other people's cats, or just cats in general, because I mean, you know, Gork, he'll probably like ask me to pay him or something.
Well, I guess you'd have to pay him in food to get him to sit still. But I bet there's lots of books full of cat pictures here. I mean,
Yeah,
it's the library after all.
that's probably what I'll do, and ask Roy if I could, draw pictures of her cat.
Speaking of,
Well, I guess you could probably draw Grove too if you wanted.
Yes, she's already like jotting down like the ideas you're giving her, like books of cats. Grove. She's just writing this all down.
other cats besides Gork.
Cats who care. In parentheses, not Gork.
Not Gork.
God, I got an asshole cat.
So speaking of Roy, what is Roy up to out in the outdoors? Not too far from the library, but
Well, I was thinking these two are sitting at the table talking, and you hear the door slam, and there's Roy, and she's like dripping a little bit, but not that much. It's just regular water. She's like clutching Southwell to her chest and like heaving because she's like breathing so hard, like. And then she sees the two of you, and she's just like, "Shh, I'm not here." She like gets out of the way of a window, and like presses her back to a wall, still like clutching Southwell.
Poppy does like a come here.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Emma's just staring very, very confusedly at what's going on right now.
Oh, it's nothing. Don't even worry about it.
Southwell, what's going on?
I think it's best if we trust them, Roy. You know that they can help us.
Roy, what did you do?
It's nothing.
Roy?
Okay, well, okay. You know the Brendan kid?
Is he the one that like just does the whole I'm not touching anything, but he really is?
Yeah. Well, he I've been like raising some garden snails, and he stole one of them. So,
Did you push him in the pond?
Did you-
pushing implies he was already at the pond.
Oh.
What did you do, Roy?
Well, once the snail that he stole became so engorged as to be larger than Brendan, it chased him to the pond.
Oh.
Though, in all considering, it was a quite impressive spell that I don't think Roy intended to cast, but still impressive magic nonetheless.
Thank you.
Well, how did you get all wet, though?
That's another story. But the point is, we should be very quiet. One, because it's the library, and two, I don't want to get in trouble.
Did you make sure that he was okay and not drowning? You didn't, did you?
Yes, he made it out all right.
Okay, well that's better than nothing, at least.
I'm pretty sure.
So, anyways, what are you guys doing?
Well, now we're housing a criminal.
I didn't.
She didn't kill anybody.
I didn't break any. Southwell, did I break any laws?
Well,
You know, I'm not sure if you're supposed to go in that pond. I think it might just be a looking pond, not a swimming pond. But, I mean,
She's like holding Southwell.
Emma just looks at the both of you and goes, "Okay, well, do you need an alibi? Because I can just draw. I can draw
An apple pie?
an alibi. Like, if anyone asks where you were when you were doing it, I'll say, "Oh no, she was with me."
Can you do that?
I mean, it's lying, but yeah, you can do it.
I mean, I lie all the time.
Yeah, so
Look, just let me. She like holds a notebook and like just really softly begins to like sketch out this sort of stick figure of Roy and Southwell. And it's like, look, I mean, it's like you were here posed the whole time for me to draw this.
She holds up Southwell like this. Like, you know how like people hold up their cats and,
And the cat's just really uncomfortable, yeah.
Yeah. Except Southwell only has like one front leg, so it's like even more uncomfortable for her.
I love her.
she has infinite patience, but is clearly uncomfortable.
That's
Meanwhile,
just this whole show with us.
the librarian is staring on, aghast.
Oh, I forgot about her.
There are a handful of other people, students and community members who are in the library who have either completely moved to another area to be away from you and the chaos, or they are just sitting, watching. But before the librarian can say anything, because it clearly looks like she's beginning to stand up and leaning forward, the door opens once more, and Gork comes in. He has a large, cartoonish T-bone-like steak in his mouth.
What the hell, Gork?
And something tied to his tail. It looks like a scroll or a note or something tied with a little ribbon. And he comes in, just slaps the meat on the ground. You hear an audible gasp from the librarian, and he begins eating and purring at your feet, Emma.
Emma looks down, looks back up at the both of you, shakes her head. Like, I don't think you've ever seen, like, a 13-year-old age 40 years in 1 second. That's sort of what happens. And then she looks back down at Gork and just... Gork, where did you get that?
It was given to me.
By who?
The butcher, I guess? Or, I don't know. He had meat. Gave me some meat. Said I was a good boy.
Okay, well, that...
Gave me scritches on my head.
They
I
don't
didn't ask questions.
They clearly didn't know you. You can't just take meat from strangers, Gork.
I did, though.
Why don't we take the meat and go sit in the park or something? The librarian, I think, is about ready to kick us out, guys.
She's gonna grab the note that's tied to Gork's tail, though, and like pull it off.
When you go for his tail, he's like, "Hey, whoa!" And his tail kind of like twitches a little bit, almost like So that's how he reacts.
Gork, be still for 2 seconds. Eat the meat. I'm trying to get. There's something on your tail. Let me get it.
Oh, what's on my tail?
If you calm down for 2 seconds, I can get it.
Guys.
It's the librarian just like standing there watching like Poppy, especially because Poppy's the oldest.
She has stood up and sat back down like twice. She is clearly stressed. She's done like a couple of these, like,
Just, I can feel the tension off of Poppy too. Poppy's trying to keep this under
Poppy's
control.
like, hey, guys, please, let's not be banned from the library.
Gork, stay still for 2 seconds. Let me get this note, and then we'll go outside, and you can have your meat, okay?
okay.
Yeah, when he finally, like, cooperates, she just, yanks the note off of where it's tied to his tail. And she doesn't read it yet. She just holds it in her hands and gathers up her things and, like, looks at Poppy and is like, oh, okay, you're right. Let's get out of here.
Okay, yeah.
Can we leave from the back
Yeah.
entrance?
We'll
Yeah,
go
of
sit in the
course.
park behind the library.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put Southwell down so she can walk.
Okay. So outside the library, and to the visible relief of the librarian, you are able to, catch your breath. Things kind of get back to normal. And Emma, are you reading the note?
Yeah, Anna is going to make sure Gork's sort of like out of the way of prying eyes eating his meat, and she's gonna plop down on the grass beside him and open up the note and give it a little read.
All right. It is the familiar scrawl of Nana Moon, and your old matronly witch matron.
Grandma.
Our old
Grammy.
witch
Yeah.
Nana.
Yeah. And it just says the cookies are fresh,
Ooh.
and there are kittens for cuddling.
Ooh. Kittens.
Emma's reading it, and then she gets cookies, kittens, and she just stands up and hands the note to Poppy. We should go see Nana Moon right now. Roy, do you want to go see
Yes.
Nana Moon?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go
She's
see her
got
right now. She's got
kittens for
kittens. We can play with the kittens.
And you hear
Oh,
Emma.
that's so cute.
Emma's like already gone, but she's muttered on her breath. I really need to replace Gork anyway.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, so she is like excitedly stomping toward Nana Moon's.
Okay.
I'm
Um,
like also like excitedly stomping, but like I keep on like glancing over my shoulder and just sweetly.
Just like
You do see, as probably you get to the point where you want to mount your brooms and fly the rest of the way, because Nana Moon's is a little bit on the edge of town. In distance, you see a very sopping wet boy, very grumpy, with a group of friends,
Oh, no.
looking around, but you are able to make your escape. Nana Moon's is it's a little cabin, very eclectically decorated, and inside you see her busying away in the kitchen at a sheet of cookies. It seems like she literally just took them out of the oven. And sure enough, in the corner is there is a mama cat there with a couple little jelly beans.
jelly beans.
Oh, and they're just
cuddling
like
up to-
like how baby cats just like scream.
Mules. Ah!
Yeah. Yeah, some of them are peeping a little bit too high pitched to really hear. They just go like,
Yeah. Emma walks in and just goes, Nana Moon, this is the best thing ever. And she's going straight for a hot cookie because she's an idiot. She's 13 years old.
Oh, like that's exactly also what Roy does.
Like straight out of the oven. She doesn't care. She's going to bite it and just go, which is also what Katie would do.
yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad you made it.
Well, how were we supposed to resist that note? That's like two of my favorite things, Nana Moon. kittens and cookies.
Well, I'm sorry to say that I did have to bribe you here some way.
She just goes to stops reaching for a cookie. What do you mean?
No, please enjoy the cookies. And, well, the kittens aren't quite old enough to play with. You see, they are just born this morning. But they are going to need plenty of guidance. I only meant to bring you here to have a discussion, and if you would like, there's somebody in the need of witches. And since you did so well before, I thought I'd give you the opportunity again.
Well,
Roy
Roy
is
doesn't need.
just like is like lying on the floor on her belly and just like looking at the like she can't touch the kittens, but she's just like looking at them.
Southwell has begun cleaning the mama cat. Clearly, mama cat is too tired and done.
Emma looks over at Poppy and Roy and is like, I mean, is it in town, Nana Moon? Because it might be safer if it's somewhere else for a little while, because one of us
is
needs
on the
to
run
lay
from the
low.
law.
I didn't break the law.
Broke at least one rule, though.
Laws are different from rules.
Well, and she breaks that rule all the time, to be fair.
Mm.
What rule is this, Roy?
The one where you're not supposed to fight people.
Oh, I see. Well, what caused this particular fight to happen?
A snail.
It wasn't a fight with the snail, I hope.
Kind of.
I wasn't the one fighting the snail.
Yeah.
I was the one fighting a boy, though.
I see. And what did this other boy do?
He took the snail.
Ah,
Roy's
I see.
really protective over her things.
I understand. And while there is importance in sharing, it's certainly not nice for the boy to have taken what belonged to you. How do you suppose you'll get the next snail back if something happens again? With perhaps less fighting.
I think I'll cross that bridge when I get to it.
Just make sure you're not near any, ponds or rivers or lakes or oceans or even puddles, and I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, given how stopping wet you are, it seems like you're not quite a fan of crossing bridges, but trudging right through.
Nana.
Well,
Nana
I just
got
call it like I see it.
Nana got sassy.
I mean, what's the fun of using a bridge when there's like animals in the water and also like plants and stuff?
That's very true. It's good to observe. Well, I'm sorry that your day has started out so rough. You know how we witches feel about starting fights or even engaging in them. They are sometimes necessary, but there are often always alternatives. I'll just ask you to consider them and think about, well, perhaps it would be easier in the long run to not fight and not have to run around and hide and leave town for a little bit, lie low, wait for the heat to cool down.
Nana Moon, I understand what you're saying, but I think you forget that fighting is also kind of like really fun.
It's
Oh, don't think the Nana Moon's forgotten that.
Emma's eyes get wide. You used to fight, Nana Moon?
Used to.
Her eyes get
Yeah.
even wider.
About this request, you see, I wanted to offer it to you three because the reading that I did today seemed to tie into it, and Emma, perhaps you can sort of share some insight. I understand you've been studying even more about the decks.
I have. It's really fun, and it's sort of made me think about things, which my mom has said that when you have to make decisions, you should think things over, and I've never really done that, but it sort of helps, and I enjoy doing it. Can I? Do you want me to help?
Yes. So this is the reading that I've done today. It's a similar 4-card or 5-card spread. Gold is now in our past. Its richness and wealth has built a foundation, a stage for which power to play upon. But doesn't everything glow golden in the sunlight? Even light may confuse us with its own perspective, no matter how powerful. In the present, we have the warrior, a young force of will who faces hardships and challenges, whose victory is won in leadership. The warrior is a protector first and foremost, but we never do seem to know who ought to protect whom, do we? Let us remember the counterpart, who is missing from our spread today, is the princess of overflowing youth and charm and sweetness. Never forget the value of observing that which is absent, just as we must interpret what is in front of us. The key to our situation is the magical, stable, mysterious cat. Our companions of security, our inscrutable allies, are occasionally unscrupulous caretakers. So rarely are they forthright in their intentions, but they still are reliable and as peaceful as uncrumbled slumber. Don't let your own cats ever know you ask this of yourself, but how may we be more like our cats? And so what lies in our future? So fittingly, the trickster clouds our sight. Often said to be the card of 1,000 meanings or none. We know these tricks when we see them. They stand out. They disrupt expectation. They bring laughter. They light up festivities. The trickster can be frightening and chaotic, but such is the true nature of fate. I would say it's our duty to trust in it, but how disappointed would the trickster be in that? Question everything, my girls, and laugh. Finally, our overall portent, that which watches over the others, is an old friend. The wind is no longer the guide we ride, the force of nature's will that pushes us along. It instead stays high and above, connecting all the different elements. It moves the clouds, but does not fill our sails. And this is the reading that I've done, and I found it particularly notable. The Return of Gold. If you recall, that was the future card I drew last time you visited, and now it is in our past. And then the Return of the Wind was quite peculiar. The wind played something of a role previously, did it not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it helped, it hindered, but we were able to work everything out.
Well, that's wonderful. Now, there are still some steps in between that I have not yet understood. I have a few guesses, but perhaps you'll understand it when you are there for yourself. Oh, and Amma, I forgot to mention, I've been trying this new spread. Perhaps it's something that you could find valuable as well. I know you've been experimenting some on your own, and I think that's wonderful.
She pulls out her journal. I'm making my own cards.
Ah, wonderful. Each card is tied in with so much meaning. It only makes sense that we eventually craft our own. I think you're brilliant for having done so. Or at least in the process of doing so. Now, so often we find ourselves tied up in the traditions of old, thought that the only way to do things is the way that things have already been done. Now, this has sort of led me to this lucky coin spread, in which I draw 2 cards, and then face them back to back, and then read them simultaneously. For example, the staff and silver. They are commingled, intertwined, yet you can only read them one at a time. For when one is viewed, the other is face down. It's a way of seeing a situation from 2 perspectives. I found it somewhat enlightening. Perhaps you can try it out.
I would like that. those are two very interesting cards to be back to back with.
How do you figure?
Well, the staff is about balance and harmony, and silver is sincerity and a sign of mystery. So maybe it means that we all need to keep very balanced heads if something happens to us. And she looks at Roy, staring at Roy, who's not looking at her.
Roy is not looking at you, but she knows. She
She
knows.
feels it.
Well, that is certainly a wonderful interpretation, and I hope that advice guides you well. Now, without much further ado, there are cookies to be eaten.
Well, but before we eat these cookies, what exactly are you wanting us to do?
Oh, yes, the mission. Entirely not dependent upon the cookies. I hope those get eaten one way or another. But you see, this mission of ours has come all the way from the town of Delarice. Quite a noble.
Rachel! Rachel was just touched by an angel.
Yeah?
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah? Is that
No,
the
I-
name of something
I need
else?
to know.
Delarice is the name of an actress in Touched by an Angel.
Oh,
Also a huge NPC in Adventure Zone. Fun fact.
Oh, okay. I have
They
oh, right.
they flavored Merle's like guardian angel as Delarice. Yeah. Very amazing black female actress, so I'm cool with that.
yeah. So this is a name that I kind of generated from the cards because one of the things it says that you can do with proprietary Witch Tarot deck is draw the cards and then pick letters from the names of the
Mhm.
cards.
No,
It
that's
was kinda-
that's what I supposed. I just died
Yeah.
a little bit.
yeah.
Like
Do you
of
want
all
me
the,
to,
of all
like-
the names, it's great.
Yes, I'm very big fan.
Okay.
Fan.
Okay. And it is one where I can post my spelling of it.
Oh, there's only one Ray Rachel is.
That's so funny that if all the names generate. I love it. I love it so much. Delarice.
Yeah, I think I got mostly those consonants and just had to put in some vowels to make it make sense. But yeah, neat. Coincidence. Or are they?
Or are they? And then we fought angels, punched them right in the face.
we
Yes.
touched the angels. Thank you.
Angels got touched by us,
Oh no.
but the touching was more.
Punching.
Yeah,
It was a rough touch.
not a very
Mhm.
nice touch.
Anyway,
Anyway,
yeah.
so in this
Sorry.
town,
I love having friends that just totally get off the fucking point, just like I do. It makes me feel very,
Sorry.
it makes me feel accepted and loved because I can't stay on a point ever. Yeah, she just looks at Nana Moon and just nods. I've never heard of it.
It's quite some distance away, and to be honest, it follows many traditions and a sort of path of nobility that, well, it reminds me of the king structure of old, and we've quite moved away from that ourselves. But it was an important event, and I would like to offer it anyway. And of course, you can always say no. You have been cordially invited to the birthday of the Prince Apparent Nima Garnet. You are encouraged to attend in order to witness his many feats of greatness as he ascends and takes the crown to represent his next stage in life.
Well, that sounds kind of boring, but I bet they'd have really great food. Looks at Crow.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to at least be cake. It's a birthday, right?
Well,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's a royal party. There's all sorts of desserts and food, and I'm sure you can help yourselves so long as you are polite and apparently look at this prince.
So that's all we have to do is just watch him, like, show off?
That's my understanding.
Ugh, boys.
As you can see, it's not a town we visit frequently, but it seemed rather important that you come. They might ask for some feats of magic here and there.
Oh. Roy makes that
Oh.
noise.
Roy, you should bring a couple snails.
I bet he would
Oh, that
love.
might be a really bad
I
idea.
bet. What kind of boy can resist seeing a huge snail that he can, like, ride on, Roy?
When it's trying to eat him.
Well, I mean, if he doesn't mess with it, it won't mess with him.
Snails have different rules than people.
Maybe you could make it more like a dog-sized snail. I bet that would be less deadly anyway.
I should not be the person performing the magic.
You gotta practice. You get better.
Can you do fun broom tricks, Roy?
I can do very good. I'm very good at broom tricks.
Yeah, we got this, Nana Moon. I mean,
got this.
So it's a party, and Poppy will make sure that we look the best that we can, right?
Yes, I have a great idea for Roy.
Okay. And then we promise not to eat all of the cake, just a lot of it. And if they ask us to do any magic, we'll just do like little spells, because I don't think the prince would appreciate someone, showing him up on his birthday.
Boys can't do magic.
But he can do other kind of feats and things. We don't need to, like, show off our magic. He said that he's going to be performing and doing stuff. I know what
Something like
stuff
that.
is.
Well, yes then. Are you changing here?
I suppose we could. I was thinking of trying magic outfits. I mean, I've not really tried it before, but it sounds kind of fun.
Oh, yes. Here's a safe place to do it as well.
Okay.
Magic. Emma's very excited.
As long as I'm not the one doing the magic part.
No, I'll do yours, at least for... I mean, Amma, you could do your own if you would like, but I'm happy to do your outfit as well. But I don't know if you've got an idea in mind.
She thinks, do Roy's first. I want inspiration.
Okay. So Poppy kind of like takes Roy by the shoulders and like pushes her over, so she's like in the window light. Nice beam of light coming in. And kind of like, it's like, okay, now just stay there and kind of like go to your happy place. Like think about frogs or the lake. Yeah. Okay. And then I cast a magic spell. What do you want? Do I need to roll for that? Or do you care?
Oh, I shuffled and still got the staff.
Oh.
Was that what day it was last time we played?
I have no idea.
I don't think I changed my calendar.
I think the calendar was like the 3rd.
Oh.
That's the staff. All right, so I drew the 28th. So it is the 28th of the month.
Okay.
This is my worst day. I have a -8 to all magic.
Oh no.
Well,
That's
good thing
the
you're not performing
travel.
it.
That's why the snail got big, guys.
Narratively, it makes sense.
Narratively, it makes sense.
Okay, yeah, so it is day 28 of the month.
That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So you roll the difficulty is going to be the magic power plus the difficulty of the spell. It's not a difficult spell. Oh, but I think those numbers we want to be high.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say 10. And you're a witch, Roy, so your belief in magic is just by default. That's the
Her
maximum.
belief in her own magic is very low, but her belief in magic in general is as high as it can be.
All right, so I'm going to say, did I say 10 for the difficulty of the spell?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's 22 plus 5.
Yeah, 5 for me.
Ramsey? Yeah, so that's 27. You roll 2 dice and you multiply them together, and if they're equal to or less than 27, you accomplish your goal.
My roll is multiply together 8. So I
8.
do it.
You do it.
All right.
What do my clothes look like?
Your clothes are like you got like poofy little bloomer shorts that are still easy enough for you to run around in, and you got like nice kind of like white cream soft leggings and little buckly shoes and a little kind of like vesty coat. So you look almost like Little Prince, but also very cute still.
Very into it. That's the sound that Roy makes. But like she like screams, but it's like she's very excited.
What color is it again?
It has to be white.
Yeah,
White.
so it's still white. I think you've got little like around your kind of like lapels, like little like leap pads and frogs kind of like going up and down.
Holy
green,
fuck,
maybe, I don't know.
love it.
I mean, Rachel's gonna cry.
I want art of that so bad.
Oh.
I need it. So seeing all this, Emma gets very excited and she just goes up to Roy and goes, "You look so pretty."
I know, I'm so pretty.
Like, it's like, I don't even know what it's like. You look like the paintings and
Oh, she just goes and gives Poppy a big hug.
Poppy hugs her back.
Even South was like, quite stunning indeed.
How are you gonna keep from getting anything on it though?
I'm gonna try my best.
I'm sure Southwell can clean you up if you get dirty.
Okay, so I think Emma's gonna try to do the same spell.
Okay.
And what do I have to do? I can't remember. I haven't played in 84 years.
All right, so
I know it's some
You can-
multiplication and some rolling.
consult your magic calendar.
Yes, this is the 28th, so I just have a 1 there.
Okay. So you're going to roll. The difficulty is still
10.
10 plus the 12 because you totally believe in magic. So that's 22 plus the 1 for your magic today is 23.
I have
So
to
you
get
roll-
lower than that.
Yeah, by rolling 2d6s and multiplying them together.
5 times 2 is 10.
Yeah, you're good.
I think so Emma does the same thing, and her outfit is what a 13-year-old wear. I can't remember. Sort of this like I think sort of like this camisole like top with lace over it, short sleeve lace. And like a turtle, like, it goes up her neck. It's very, very, not intricate lace, but it's like it's clearly, Emma did the spell, so she probably didn't know how to make it, very, very fancy. But it goes down and like at her waist, it poofs into this big, black and white tulle, tutus kind of skirt. And, she has a little, like little black Mary Janes on and white tights, and instead of her usual hat, she something. I think Emma's a little dramatic, so I think she has like a cloche hat on with the little netting, you know.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think she does. I think she goes like all out, like, and it's all black. And when she does it, she just looks up and holds her arms out. And she's like, "I love this."
It looks
Emma,
great.
you look
She just walks over to Roy and hugs her and goes, "We look so pretty."
We're like hugging each other and like jumping up and down.
Yeah, definitely. And then she says, "Poppy, you next.
Okay.
Poppy, I want to see what you look like.
You don't have to roll again if you
You
don't.
don't have to roll? Okay.
It would be bad if you failed on yourself."
I kind of want to see if I do now, though.
Jeans and a t-shirt.
Listen,
No, I'm fine.
Poppy could rock it.
So Poppy stands under the window light and kind of like closes her eyes and just like rubs her hands and then like pop and does a magical girl transformation.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I think her dress, it's still the same color as her dress before. It's like a minty green. I think she's got like kind of like a high-low skirt that's poofy, and she's got like a little bit of little bloomers under it, and like white tights and little also kind of buckly shoes like Roy has, and then like a little kind of one of those small vesty things that don't really close in the front, but poof sleeves.
I love
Yeah.
like a bolero jacket.
Yeah, I think like that.
I love that. Yeah, immediately Amber's just like, "Poppy, you look so pretty."
Thank you.
Well, I think you're all going to steal the show.
Well, I mean, you did pick us, so you knew we were gonna, be on our best appearance.
I wouldn't expect it any other way.
Roy's just like holding her vest out and is like looking at all the frogs.
I'm almost thinking like, since these are magical clothes, the frogs are kind of hopping in, like the embroidered frogs are just kind of hopping in a slow chain.
Oh, I love
Or is that too much like
that.
like Photoshop selection cue or something?
Oh, that's so good though. She just looks over at Nana Moonigan and says, "Well, how do we get there? We gotta fly wearing this?"
Oh, I'm sure those clothes will hold up. They are magic, after all. Yes, the coordinates. You can tell it by its particularly starry sky. I believe it's nighttime in Delaris, as it were. Oh, the wind is with us, so if you go with the wind, follow the starlight and wait until you see the castle. I believe you should arrive there not too long at all.
Okay.
I think maybe Poppy, you can lead the way and we'll follow. That's what we did last time, and it worked really well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Poppy kind of picks up her broom from beside the door and grabs one more cookie.
One for the road.
One for the road.
Oh,
The way I
Roy
said.
does that too, but she takes 4 cookies and then also an additional 2 in her mouth. But she's like holding it like the cookies far away from her nice white clothes, so she doesn't get
Okay.
stained.
I love her. As Emma's going, she says, "Thank you for the cookies and the kittens."
Oh, Lord.
Right.
Take care now.
Call us when the kittens are old enough to play with. Bye.
Well, of course.
Okay, and imagine you're flying away at this point.
Yeah, Emma at least is like staying close to Poppy, letting Poppy lead the way.
Do you want to give me a navigation? I think
Yeah.
there's a broom skill that's like
Aerial direction sense.
Aerial directions.
That's the only one I have.
That's why I thought it was Poppy that gave
Yeah.
us because I don't have it. I just have acrobatics fast and high. I don't know where I'm going, but I can get there fast.
Well, guys, I didn't get any matches.
Oh no.
Okay.
I think that might be. I feel like the dice roller app is not as good as physical dice for that sort of rolling, but it's fine. We'll make it through.
So you still manage to arrive in the town at or fairly close to the palace. It's just maybe it takes a little bit longer and you can't figure out where the front door that you're supposed to enter is. So you find a balcony that's open. It's one of the higher floors. There's a window and a balcony there that you just kind of, after flying a little bit, maybe getting caught up in some weather, it's just sort of finally like, okay, we just need to get in. It's done. It's fine. Let's just land.
Yeah, Emma's like, I think I exasperated and sort of like,
Yeah.
are you sure this is where we're supposed to go, Poppy?
Not really, but we're here. We might as well go in.
Can we like hear the party, Taylor? Like
Yeah.
from where we are?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Roy's like bent over and like shaking all the water out of her hair. If we went through some weather.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there's cat magic that is specifically make you guys clean again. So you are once more clean and presentable. Yeah, no, this is very clearly the site of a wonderful festival. There are crowds of people. You can hear them in the floor below you. There were banners and all sorts of fanfare going on.
Our cats are with us, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're right on your brain.
Emma looks at Gork and goes, "Please stay on your best behavior."
Right. No, I don't want to upset any nobles.
I mean,
Too much trouble.
I'm pretty sure they wear cat fur, Gork.
I heard they'll cut off
That's
your
gonna be a
head.
crime.
I mean, I don't think it's a crime, and I'm pretty sure I've heard of like very fancy ladies wearing mittens made of cat fur. So you should probably, not make anyone angry.
Why are we even here then? This place sounds terrible. Well, I don't think it does at all. And he kind of like slinks between your legs.
Well, just stay close then. I'll make sure you get some food.
Thank you.
She's like winking at Poppy and Roy.
Yeah.
Go along with it.
Southwell says quietly to Roy, I don't suppose any of that is even true, is it?
I don't think so.
Well, all the same, let's be on our best behavior, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in the hallway, a noble person who I generated a name already, so I would be prepared. Okay. It comes up and it's like, oh, hello, I'm Sir Blythe. Are you the witches that were invited?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a witch.
My name's Emma.
My name is Roy. This is my cat, Southwell. Holds up Southwell. And she has 3 legs, but that's...
It doesn't slow her down at all.
No.
Well, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
and
Very good. Roy and Emma and I'm
And
sorry.
I'm
what was your name?
I'm Poppy. Yeah.
You're just in time. The festivities are about ready to begin. The prince will undertake his great feats of excellence, and well, I'm just so glad that you made it because
Well, we were worried that nobody was going to show up, and we just really want Nima to have a good birthday.
Oh,
What?
does he not have any friends that would come?
Well, sure, of course. Everybody is friends with the prince. He's a prince after all. Of
But I
course,
mean,
the prince
like,
has friends.
Mr. Blythe, but like real friends?
Oh, I don't think.
Well,
he
I'm just
has
so glad
any.
that you came. Follow me, follow me.
Okay.
Oh no! What did Nana Moon make us do?
I don't. All the boys, I like lean over to the girls and I'm like, all the boys that I know, I end up punching.
Don't punch this
Please
boy,
don't punch
okay?
Prince.
Punch it.
I'm not gonna punch the prince, unless
No, don't punch the
There
prince.
shouldn't be an unless they're Roy.
Just punch something else if you feel like you're gonna punch the prince.
You can punch Gork.
punch Quark.
I don't want to be punched.
He's been through worse. I mean, I mess up that spell all the time that splits him in half. So
I think you do that on purpose.
I'm just not good at it.
Okay, well, let's go meet the prince.
So you go through some hallways, pass through some doors. It's a beautiful castle, like beautiful palace, very ornately decorated, very, very hoity-toity fancy. And at last it opens up in like an indoor balcony type of thing and looks down on the ballroom. And you heard so much commotion and sound where this party was. And then it seems to be lined with people. And they're all there. And for a moment, it's like, what a cool party. But then you realize they're all wearing pretty much the same clothes. And they're all of the staff. Servants, at the castle, and some of them are like playing trumpets, and some of them they're just kind of like standing there. Some of them like applaud. It's really kind of haphazard and discordant. There are a handful of people sort of milling about in the ballroom, and you see what is a 12-year-old boy in real fancy like royal clothing. He's got like a cape and multiple layers like the suit. He's got a fancy cravat, and he is just kind of awkwardly standing there. There are tables set up with food, and he's just kind of picking at some of the food. And there are a few other, what looks like older people. There is nobody else there his age.
Well, I guess we probably ought to go wish him a happy birthday. Oh no, I've forgotten what his name was. Do any of you remember?
I do not remember.
Nemo?
Nemo?
Oh no.
Garnet? Something like that.
As you
Nerdlord?
come down the stairs,
You just call him Prince.
That's true.
Are we
One
supposed to bow? I don't
Yes.
think witches bow. No, witches don't bow.
This is
He's
the
a
most
prince.
realistic thing. You're
Witches-
so awkward and
Witches bow to
scared.
no one. I think.
Well, I think you still probably ought to bow to a prince on his birthday. Just a little one. You don't have to do like a full halfway down. Just like a little head
I mean, we
nod.
should. I'm gonna curtsy.
Or, yeah,
Can I do a little dance?
if you'd like. I think that's fine.
Okay.
As we come down the stairs.
as you come down the stairs, one of the servants announces, welcome to the birthday festival, the crowning festival of Prince Apparent Nima Garnet, the witches Poppy, Emma, and Roy.
Um,
Emma's just like
and
waving awkwardly.
the little boy looks up with excitement in his face, and I think we'll take a little break there.
Yeah.
So much. Why is this the best game?
Yeah, well, we'll be back in about 5. Everyone get a drink, take a bio break, and then we will see if we remember the prince's name while we're gone. everybody, we're back. We are refreshed, got water, and now we're ready to
Bully this child.
Oh my gosh.
I wasn't gonna say bully. I was gonna say try to be his friend, but okay, Roy.
Is that how Roy makes friends? Just
yes,
by bullying?
that's why Emma and Roy are friends.
Yeah. She doesn't intentionally do it. She just has a very forceful personality.
Yeah, that's how I am in real life. If I bully you, I like you. It's really bad.
Yeah.
That's why I call Rachel out on all of her bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway, Taylor.
So the your presence has just been announced as you descend the long curving staircase into the ballroom that is surrounded by the servants playing a good crowd, and you have been announced and introduced to the Prince Apparent, Nima Garnett. And he kind of awkwardly, because he maybe is not totally used to that amount of like ornate, like this is definitely a like birthday ensemble. He kind of like goes over to you on the stairs. He's like, "Hi, did my mom invite you?"
Emma looks at him, and I'm just going to point out that I actually have points in courtesy. Emma is a very, very, and points in a wonderful smile. So she is going to put on her wonderful smile and curtsy, and also channeling those points in deception and go, "Oh no, we really like parties, and we thought that it might be, nice to attend."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I hear you're going to do some feats. That sounds pretty cool.
Oh,
I can do
yeah,
Roy, she's like
I do.
elbows Roy. What kind of feats are you going to do?
Can you do this? And she does like a karate chop in the air.
Emma's
And then,
just
like,
shaking
a
her head.
kick.
Roy, why are you trying to show off it's his birthday?
Sorry.
Those are pretty cool. And then before he can really say anything else, this very gaunt and severe looking older man walks up behind him and puts his hand on the prince's shoulder, and he needs a name.
Is it Snape?
Huntington.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey!
Gregory.
Greffery.
Geoff.
Yeah. And puts his hand on Nima's shoulder. He said, "It's good that your guests are here, but we have no more time to waste. It is time for the trials." And he's like, yes, Lord Gregory. I have to go, but thank you for being here to watch me. And he leads him by the shoulder, Lord Gregory, around and announces, "Prince Apparent Nima Garnett will now take the first of his 3 trials this evening. This is the trial of virtue." And a couple of the servants bring in a very large, like maybe 5 feet in diameter cauldron. And underneath it is like already a flame is burning and it is boiling, and so it's brought in, it's set in the middle of the room, and Lord Gregory announces, "At the bottom of this boiling cauldron lies the first of 3 fragments of the crown to prove your virtue, Prince Apparent Nima Garnet will reach in and seize the crown.
Oh, we gotta do some magic to make that water not boiling.
I mean, you wouldn't think it's actually boiling, right? It's got to be magic water, doesn't
It
it?
can't hurt. I'm sure
I
it's
don't-
not hurting
You don't have any
anyone.
witches here?
Could I?
Oh.
Could I? I have investigative magic. Can I do something with that to see if it's like bad?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. So you roll a number of times equal to your points. And if you get matches, so you roll 2 dice a number of times equal to your points in a skill. And if you get a match, then you're good. Is it skill plus attribute? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I
No,
think
I
it's
don't think
just a
so.
skill because like I only
Yeah.
have one investigative magic. I have to get a match. Yeah.
Right. But I get up to +3 by asking your cat for help.
Yeah, I think she's gonna do that. I think she's gonna look down at Gork and just go, Psst, Gork, just smoothly, just traipse over there and see if you can, get any feelings off of this. Just act like a cat.
I am a cat.
Well, act like it.
Okay.
She just wants him to like go and get close to
Yeah,
it.
he
like-
does.
Yeah. Okay. So what does that do? I can roll 3 more times.
Yep.
Okay. Do I need to mark anything off on that on Gork's sheet?
Officially, these are 3 cat points that, yeah.
Cool. Wait, I've done that before, apparently. Okay. That is not a match. That's not a match. That is not a match. 4 and 4! Yay!
Yay!
On the fucking last one!
So Gork comes back and he's like, that's pretty hot fire.
Oh,
It-
no.
It just looks like real fire to me. They wheeled it out on a pretty heavy stone slab. Looks like it's burning for a while because there's some hot coals in there. I didn't want to get too close because,
Yes,
very hot.
She raises her eyes, or her eyes get big, and she's looking at Poppy and Roy. It's like, I mean, I know we don't know this kid, but we can't let him just put his hands
Lose his
on.
arm!
Yeah, I don't want to see him get his arm burned
Can
off.
you even be a prince with one arm?
I can stall if we need to stall.
Well, why don't we tag team it? Why don't you take care of make the water maybe so it's not hot, and I'll do a protection charm on the prince, so just in case one of us fail, that he's covered.
I don't really have anything to do that. I can heal him if he does get hurt.
Well, why don't you? We'll keep that in our pocket too. But why don't we just try our best to work together? And Roy, why don't you
Make a distraction.
action? Yeah, while we do
Okay.
that.
I'm gonna go over. She's gonna grab the prince by both of his hands, like forearms, and she's
Oh.
gonna like drag him out into the ballroom. She says, "This is a party, and I came here to party, so we're going to dance."
You actually should have just let Emma do that.
Okay.
This is how you dance, and she dances like really badly, like at a junior high dance.
Yeah.
She's
So
13.
like, he
So, like-
clearly knows exactly one step to box step. One dance. Yeah, and so he's like trying to figure out how he can step in a box that is somehow rhythmically associated with what you're doing. But yeah, it's as you look around, the servants just kind of keep doing their thing. And Lord Gregory is watching this happen. He's kind of like stern, but like letting it go.
Okay.
I've got stubbornness points, so I'm willing to Base, bank on that. That's her being stubborn.
Okay.
I'm playing this off.
So Emma looks at Poppy and is just like, what do you want me to do?
Well, I mean, we want it to still look like he's reaching into a really hot pot. So I guess something that will just like make it so it's a cold fire, but still a fire, so it'll boil cold. Magic. I don't know, unless you've got a better idea, but
I don't really. Okay. So the Gregory dude is looking more at Nima than like the pot.
Yeah, he is like staring at this, like dancing. Probably more Roy than Nima.
Makes sense. So Emma is going to go over, and I don't know if there's an actual spell for this, but she is going to try and like make this fire water like a slushy, a cold slushy.
Okay, so I guess what is your goal for the effects of the spell?
I want it to look like it's still, I don't want the image to change, but I want that, like, when Nima sticks his arm into it to get it, I want it to be cool, like a cool slush feeling that's not gonna hurt him.
Okay.
I don't think there's a spell that's in the list that's like close to that, really.
No, I was just kind of looking for some of the other spells for kind of inspiration.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a 6 because it's kind of between. I'm looking at the one that's like based on creating light, and you're kind of creating an illusion here.
Yeah.
But you're only changing one aspect of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 6.
And then plus your magic of the day.
1. 7.
And then fire is an elemental force, but man-made. I'm going to say its belief in magic is 10.
Okay, so 17. I have to do lower that. 12.
Nice. Okay, so kind of describe how Emma does her magic.
So Emma like sneaks up to the cauldron and rubs her hands together, and I think you see her rubbing them really, really, really quick, and when she opens them, there's a little bit of a blue sort of like this blue mist that forms, and she just blows into the cauldron. And I think you see the cauldron like ice over for a moment, the outside of it, but then it fades away. It doesn't really change the image, because that was her plan. She didn't want to change what it looked like.
Cool. All right. You think that if anyone saw, they probably didn't care or really understand what was happening.
Yeah.
All right.
And she like gives a nod to Poppy, like.
So having seen that part of the plan seems to be going good, Poppy's going to kind of like straighten herself up and like march over to where Roy is dancing and is saying like, okay, he's got to do his feat of virtue, Roy. You got to let him go do it. We can dance afterwards. It'll be real quick.
And she's like winking. Like,
yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Prince.
Oh, okay. That was fun. Thank you.
And so Poppy kind of like takes him by the shoulder, but like more kindly than his weird cold guy. And is like, you're gonna be great. You've got this. And like while she's saying that, kind of like just shoots a little bit of like good luck magic right into him.
Okay. So this one's pretty similar to. It's kind of like a preemptive pain go away.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a difficulty 5.
Okay.
So you're essentially preventing damage from occurring.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 plus your magic for the day. And Prince Nima believes in magic. He's an 11.
11. Okay, so 21.
Mhm.
Okay. And I got 18, so I'm okay.
Good. Okay. Good thing he believes in magic.
Good thing.
All right. So he's scared. You notice that he's kind of shaking a little bit. As he finally approaches the cauldron, one of the servants comes up, or like he gets to the cauldron, and the lid is probably still about a good foot taller than he is.
Oh.
And he's like, and he looks around and like grabs a chair and kind of like pulls it over, stands up on it, and like looks down and is like, oh gosh. And then Lord Gregory, Prince Apparent Nima Garnet will now reach into the cauldron and seize his destiny. He's like,
I'm giving him like thumbs up. It's gonna be great.
Like, yeah.
and he reaches in and he kind of like stops for a moment. He's like, and he grabs it. And pulls it out. He's like, I did it! I did it!
Yay! Clap, guys, clap.
Yeah, Emma's like, yay, you did it! Go Nima!
And then all of the servants are
We
clapping.
kind of did it, didn't?
It's
She's
fine.
elbowing Roy again. Roy,
Okay.
up.
And like, you can't quite tell what the expression on Lord Gregory's face is. Like, he's not disappointed, but he's still a little bit surprised. Then he announces, "Congratulations, the trial of virtue is complete. Next we have," and then servants kind of like wheel the cauldron back away, and the prince goes to each of you. He's like, look, I got it. I got
You
the
did
crown fragment.
You did really good.
Mm-hmm.
That was so scary. I don't know how I even did that.
Well, it's because she just stomps on Roy's foot.
Ow! 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 Ow!
It's because
Ah!
you're gonna be a great prince,
He already is a prince.
a better prince.
well, I'm a prince apparent. I'm not even a prince yet.
See?
But thank you. I think, I don't think I could have done it without you guys being here. So thanks.
It's because we're using our magic.
Roy.
Emma is just literally 2 seconds away from stomping on your other foot.
The next trial will be the trial of strength.
Oh dear.
And
She's looking at this little scrawny little prince boy, and she's like, "Oh, oh, oh."
multiple servants again come in from another room and carrying just what look like very large round poles, like 5 feet in length. They construct a like 15-foot tall pole, and that fixes into the ground. Hanging from the top of it is a burlap sack that has a little red, white, and red concentric circles on it. And then the final servant comes out and hands him a lance.
Mm.
Prince
Goodness.
Apparent Nima Garnet will strike down the target, and in so doing, claim the second fragment of the crown. And as soon as the servant lets go of the lance, it like clatters to the ground as he just kind of like, oh.
Yep. I figured that was gonna happen.
Okay, I can do this. I did the cauldron thing. I can do this.
So what do you what she's like looking around, what does he have to do exactly?
I think he's got to like throw it and hit the target, hit that sack to knock it down.
Well, this one isn't so physically dangerous if he fails, so I don't know if we need to help him.
Well, what about when he throws it? One of us just, just guide it a certain way.
Just like air push it up.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really know what happens if he doesn't pass them. Like, Roy makes a good point of, like, I mean, should we help him cheat all the way to the end of the challenges?
It doesn't seem very
Roy-
nice.
I help Roy cheat all the time.
Okay, well, it's different. I'm not becoming a prince, Emma.
I mean, I don't see what the difference is.
Hmm.
Emma steps away and she goes over to Nima as he's like preparing, and she's like, hi, I'm Emma, by the way. I know they said our names, but I didn't really introduce myself. What happens if you fail?
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Well, I am not supposed to. I guess if I fail, then I don't become the prince?
You get
And-
second. Like, Roy comes up behind Emma and like pokes her head with him. Is like, do you get a second try?
Well, no, because I don't have the strength to lead.
Nima, do you want to be prince?
Oh,
Or would you, rather be, a regular kid or something?
well, this feels important, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, things feel important, but do you want it?
I guess I don't know what else I could do.
You can do lots of things. You
You-
can catch frogs in buckets
Do you go to school
or catch snails in
anything?
buckets.
Oh, yeah, I have tutors. The old masters teach me.
You don't have any other... Do you ever leave this castle to, talk to kids your age?
Well, there's no other kids my age in the royal family. I think there's some younger servants.
Hmm.
You don't talk to anyone that's not royal?
Oh, I talk to the servants sometimes.
Uh,
They're allowed to start working when they're 16 years old, so just a little bit older than me.
Poppy kind of grabs the two of them and 1 minute, Nema, and pulls them around. Guys,
Don't throw the lance yet.
don't throw it yet.
Don't throw it
Guys.
yet.
Oh, so he's holding it like this, like halfway down the lance, just kind of like holding it in his arms. And
or-
he's like, oh, okay.
So just kidnap him.
Guys, I have an idea. What if we kidnapped the prince?
Okay.
Poppy, that's
I know-
that's an
I know.
idea.
I know it sounds super irresponsible, which might be a little bit out of character for me normally, but I think I'm feeling feisty like Nana Moon today. But what if we kidnapped the prince and went out and took him around the town so he could see what other people are like for a second? I know it's not gonna totally make him decide what he wants to do with his life, but
I understand. I feel really bad for him.
I mean, the lance will still be here when he gets back.
yeah, exactly.
Maybe he can just say he has to go to the bathroom, and then we'll just
Jump on our brooms and take him
If that
outside.
doesn't work, we can just pick him up and jump on our brooms and take him outside.
Hey, I got. And he goes over to you guys real quick. Hey, I got an idea. So I'm really scared about throwing this lance, but I really want to do a good job. And you guys are witches, right?
Yeah.
Could you
Yeah.
help me? Because there are no rules against asking for help. So I think I'm allowed to ask for help.
Okay.
Do you want to be prince?
Okay, listen,
Well,
Nemo,
yeah.
we're gonna help you.
We're gonna help you
You
in
should
a
go.
little bit of an oblique way.
You should. That's a good word, Roy. When did you learn that one?
Well, you know my twin sister, she reads lots of books, so she told me to use it.
It's true. Roy has called many things oblique, but this one is quite appropriate.
I hope so well. Emma looks at Nima and just says, "Okay, here we have an idea. You need to go to the bathroom, but up a floor and like to the left a little bit, where the big opening to the balcony is.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna meet you there.
And we're gonna
Yeah.
we'll be there. You know, we have to like slip away so it's not, you know, like we don't want Mr. Skeleton Face to like, you know, suspect us."
Mm-hmm. And then after you go to the bathroom, if you still want to throw the javelin, then we can help you. Mm-hmm.
But I think that you'll like our first idea a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I don't have to go to the bathroom.
Just pretend.
Mm.
I mean,
Oh.
honestly, with what we're about to do, you should probably make yourself go to the bathroom anyway. You know, you should always go to the bathroom before you do important things.
Or like fly on a broom.
Or leave the castle.
What? Leave the castle? I've never done that before. Maybe I should just throw the lance. I'm scared.
No, you just have to go to the bathroom.
Emma puts her hands on Nima's shoulders. Nima, have I ever gotten you in trouble before?
I guess not.
Well, then there you go. You can trust me.
You can definitely trust Emma. She's got me out of trouble lots of times. I get into trouble a lot.
It's what I'm good at.
It's what she's good at.
I'm good at that, and then Poppy is sort of good at like making sure that
People are safe and
the both of us don't make any, you know, really bad decisions.
I'm really good at having fun.
And, you know, it's not going to happen, but if we have to get in a fight, Roy's got our back. But it's not going to happen. Don't worry.
But if it did,
Prince Apparent Nima
Just say you
Will
have to
you
go
be-
to the bathroom.
throwing the lance to prove yourself in this trial of strength.
Mr. Gregory,
Yes,
how long does he have?
Lord Gregory.
Mr. Gregory, how long does he have to complete the trials?
They must be completed on this day, his birthday. If they are not done so by midnight,
Mr.
Then-
Gregory, what time is it?
it is 8 p.m.
Okay, we got 4 hours, buds. Let's go. She's like,
She's
just,
looking.
like,
She's
grab-
looking at Nima like, go.
Lord Gregory, I have to go to the bathroom. And just kind of drops the lance and runs in a direction, realizes that's not the bathroom, just kind of like a people, and then goes a different way.
we also have to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
All together because
You,
my dress is really, really hard to, you know, get out of, and I really have to pee.
Yeah.
Emma's just
Right.
like walking backwards, trying, like, sort of stumbling a little
Very
bit up the
well.
stairs.
oh, Roy's just making a beeline.
Yeah.
Snaps like a couple of times, and like two servants will be like, "Bathrooms are this way, my ladies."
Oh, I want
we have
adventure bathroom.
we have to go get my cat Gork. She doesn't even realize, like, know if Gork is still with her. So,
Yeah.
and I left him up there. So we'll be right back.
Okay. So you managed to incredibly awkwardly.
I can roll deception. I have a 4 in deception.
Actually, yeah, do roll it because I want to know how high his eyebrow is raising.
Okay, third roll. I got 2 6s.
Okay. So like, he's definitely like, this is weird. I wish this thing would just happen, but all right. witches are things I don't understand. And yeah, so you manage to leave the immediate vicinity, and you're catching up with him on the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so you go through the hallway, you lose the servants. They don't really seem to care. They're like, bathroom is this way, my ladies. You're like, nope, we're going that way. And they're like, very well,
Can't
my ladies.
read.
The minute she sees Nima, she's just like, we're gonna go on an adventure.
What do you mean adventure?
So Poppy had this really good idea that maybe you would want to like experience how other people who aren't royal live.
Before you decide to become a prince forever.
Oh,
Poppy's got all the best ideas.
pretty. I mean, I've learned a lot about other people in books and in my lessons.
Books aren't the same as real life. You got to go see it for yourself to really know what it's like.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll go call the royal caravan.
Nope.
No.
Just the
Oh,
4 of us on brooms.
Come on, hop on mine. I can do real cool tricks, and it's gonna be super fun.
You might want to not do too many tricks at first for someone who's never been on one, Roy. Just,
I won't do a loop de loop.
Okay, but you're good then.
Yeah.
okay, so he cautiously climbs aboard your broom. All right. What shining, shimmering splendor are you taking Prince Apparent Nima on?
I guess
Aw.
like Emma's gonna trust Poppy, but like, is the city of Delarise like a light like down, away from the castle?
Yeah, so the castle very much overlooks a fairly sizable city. There's a lot of stone. Wait, I actually wrote this down so I don't have to make it up. All right, so it gets pretty rural and agrarian outside of like this city that's immediately surrounding the palace, and there's a lot of there's a lot of farming areas, and just kind of markets and that sort of thing. It seems like a nice little rural area outside of this city that's immediately underneath the palace itself.
Are there any like night festivals going on, or any like places that are bustling currently?
Maybe Amma could do like a fortune telling to see if she could
Yeah,
like
we're the
find
best
a
place.
place.
Mhm.
Does it seem like? I think Emma's like, let's go somewhere away from the castle, so I can try to find something that's going on, or where we should go.
Yeah. So, yeah, confronted with the wide world of possibility and kind of knowing that this is a first experience for him, and you really want him to leave with a good lesson, tapping into fate might be a good idea.
Yeah, as soon as they get like away from the castle, because I think Emma's worried that if she does it now, like it'll take too long or something, and they'll get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But as soon as they get, like, I guess, like maybe down to like the general marketplace or something,
Or like a park, maybe?
or a park, yeah, like something like that. She'll hop off of her broom and she'll pull out her she'll definitely like pull out her cards, or I guess I can. Is it count as a spell? Because I have skill in fortune telling.
Yep, so fortune telling is his own thing,
Okay.
which you can roll if you'd like, but also part of it is just drawing cards and telling fortunes.
I will do both. I'll draw cards and I'll also roll to see, like, what I give you, how badly you can mold it if I don't roll anything good, Nope. Nope. No matches.
Oh.
Gork says, "Why aren't you using the cards with pictures of me?"
They're not done, Gork. You don't really stay still enough for me to, draw you. And then when you do, you lay on your back a lot, and no one wants to see that.
I want to see his big belly.
While this is going on, can I be like flying around in like really fast circles and like doing like acrobatic stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do I have to roll for it?
I mean, yeah. So you can go ahead and roll. If it doesn't succeed, you don't like drop him or anything. It's just kind of like
He gets
how
stomach
aggressive
sick.
this shit- Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Katie, this is also Gork trying to offer you cat points.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any more.
Um,
I thought you have like a lot, don't you?
Wait,
Yeah.
do I go by the 20 that magic points?
so magic points are the points that he spends to cast his own cat magic.
Okay.
Cat points are like it suggests that you start a session with like 50 cat points.
Oh, because I have an X above cat points, so I didn't really know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then I'll do and I can take up to 3, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll roll 3 more times and see. 'Cause
Rachel,
I
what'd you get?
I had an X
I got
above
2 successes.
I got an X above cat points, then a 2 above strength, and a 1 above beauty. So I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
So the X above cat points is because I didn't fill in the total. I'm playing a little fast and loose with the cat
Yeah,
points.
that's
because
fine.
It's something that I'm still not totally calibrated on. How many you actually need?
Thank you, Gork. Let's see if I get any more. Because I got 2 6s then. Nope. I did get 1 success though.
Okay. So as you're talking to Gork about the like card reading process, maybe you do another draw. So you can either do like a single card draw, you can do the lucky coin one that Nanamoon told you about, or you can do a spread of your choice. The one that I do, that Nanamoon does each day or each session, is I think it's just called the Grandma's spread or something like that, where it's 4 cards plus the 5th, but 1 and 2 is probably fine.
Yeah, I was looking at what they had in the book for options.
They have the one that's like the giant circle, and the
Yeah,
other one
not-
where you use like every card in the deck. That's a little excessive.
I might do the 4 card where the past, present, the key, and the future, because I feel like Nanamoon would have taught her that one for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, so I'll do. Let's see. So for the first card in the past, I pulled the Empress. So I don't think that like Emma thinks too much of it. She just like takes note of it. For the present, I pulled the Emperor. Then I pulled the Hanged Man for the 3rd card, the key to the situation. And then the Chariot for the future. So she like looks through it and she's looking over the cards and she's like, okay. So I think we're on the right path because, we have to solve this problem, and that's this one. She holds up the 3rd card. It's about like letting go and doing.
Hanging.
Don't
Hanging upside down because it's fun.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't think too much about it. I mean, it's not hurting him. It means that you have to let go of your situation and just like don't worry about the restrictions. And that's what we're doing right now. We've taken you out of your very restrictive castle, and so this one for the future, it's about the Chariot represents victory. So whatever we do is going to be great. Is there, can she like look around? Is there like this is like totally off, just the cusp of me throwing something out there. Is like a fair or something happening maybe?
There's not a fair, but what you do kind of see, and as you're kind of like looking around comparing notes, I guess you're all flying around, so you're able to see far.
Mm-hmm.
There was maybe kind of local harvest. Some of the like neighboring farming communities kind of got together and they're having like a big potluck kind of meal.
Okay.
Perfect.
So there's some like outdoor tents and lanterns kind of strung up. It is evening now, so it's dark out.
Yeah, I think for Emma, she wants to find like games they can play and stuff. She's like,
Is there like a laser tag place?
Yeah.
yes,
Or some
Yes.
paintball?
We need a fantasy fun land.
yeah.
Quick.
That's what Emma wanted to see if there were like carnival games or something they could play. Because like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that kind of thing.
So there does seem to be lights on in this one area that has different kind of like small structures and like stretches of green areas. There are a couple of people there who seem to be playing a game with sticks and small balls.
Is it mini golf?
Yeah, it's mini golf.
Fucking mini golf.
Yay!
The old mini golf.
Ye old mini golf.
I mean,
Um,
we've got 4
But
hours.
yeah, what's that?
We've got 4 hours before midnight.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she's pointing that out, and she's like, "We should go over there. I think that's a great thing. I mean, we can play some games, and you can taste food that maybe you've never had before."
Oh, we didn't bring the poison tester along though.
I can do that.
No one's going to poison you, Nima. You don't have to worry about that.
And we're magic anyway. You're not going to get
She
poisoned
already
while you're
cast
with
a
us.
protection spell on you, so you're safe.
That was nice of you.
She's a very nice person. I was gonna punch you. Well,
Right?
I wasn't gonna punch you.
I think
I was
Roy
considering it.
I think Roy was hoping you'd be a jerk so she could punch you because
Roy
she
just
likes
really
punching
likes
jerks.
to punch things.
I like to fight.
I mean, to be fair, Nima, if you wanted to learn to fight, Roy could
I-
teach you, but you probably will get hurt during it.
I can pull my punches. Right, Southwell?
Yes, you've been doing a very wonderful job tonight. I think that old Lord Gregory could have used a smack or
Oh,
two.
he deserved it.
I can
What?
do that later.
Oh, he's not too bad, I guess. It's just really important that I do well in these trials.
Does he?
But yeah, let's go play games.
Yeah, let's go play games. He does want you to do well in the trials, right? Like he.
Oh, yes, it's very important that I do well.
Okay. Yeah, let's go play games and get some snacks.
Okay. Games and snacks happen. So there's like mini golf there. There's like a couple of those cornhole.
Yeah.
I hate that it's called that.
Beanbag toss.
Beanbag toss. Yeah, there's like a couple. It is sort of like semi-medievally. It's like fantasy world.
Oh, can we get him to ditch before we left? Can we just retcon kind of? We got him to
Like-
ditch the most ostentatious of his princely adornments.
Take
Oh,
off
yeah,
more
yeah.
layers.
And that could even be something that like you guys, once you like first landed in that quiet place where you did the
Yeah,
reading,
for
you
sure.
just kind of like folded it all up and tucked it into a bag or something like that.
Is there a strength thing, you hit the mallet, the strength tester thingy?
Yeah.
I think Emma pulls Nima over to that and is like, this would get you, if you decide you want to go back and do the test, this is good practice for the lance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can give that a try. Yeah, and then picks up the hammer. It's like, oh, it's heavy, but not as heavy as the lance is. Goes over and he hits it, and it goes about halfway up.
I want to try. 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 I want to try.
Roy!
Okay, yeah.
Makes your turn.
I don't know how actually associated with strength these things are.
I imagine Roy just hits it all the way up to the top, though.
Yeah, I kind of imagine that that's just what happens. It's based on sheer exuberance. Roy maybe like swings it around and slams it down, and it hits the bell. Like, oh wow, you're really strong.
She can really teach you how to do strong things, but I don't think we have enough time to do that.
Well, let me try again. And he picks up the hammer, and he kind of swings it around and is a little bit more like wild in the same way that Roy did, and slams it down, and it gets all the way almost to the top. But it does get much farther than he did the first time. It's like, huh, I think I am getting stronger.
Looks like it.
She's like looking at Poppy and like she sort of whispers, "Did you cast a spell on him?"
Not that time, no.
Okay, okay, good job, Yuma. And Emma is like, I think she's gonna spend some time going around the rest of the little games, but she'll 100% get distracted. Especially if she's like looking for Gork, she's gonna get distracted by the food, and she's gonna start going over there, like the smell of this big potluck, you know.
Yeah.
And wanting to like meet the people here in Delarice.
Yeah.
Is there music going on at the potluck?
Yes. Yeah, there are definitely some fiddle players, and some other just sort of like, it's not an organized band. It's just a couple people who brought their instruments who are now jamming together.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall. I have my guitar here, so I could provide some background.
Whoa.
Oh God.
Next level.
No, that's a joke. I don't want to subject anyone to that.
Okay. I can work that into an episode later if you want.
Roy's
If Roy
episode.
needs to-
No, if you actually want me to play, I can just.
Oh no. Oh no,
No,
we're
it's
gonna get
fine.
banned on Twitch.
No, I'll just play some chords.
That was great.
So I'm gonna say time passes. What are the odds that you guys kind of lose track of time?
Emma's not keeping up with it.
0. Poppy is very she's like, we're gonna go back an hour before midnight. There's no way we're missing it.
Okay. So yeah, time slips by. Nima seems to be having a blast.
I think Emma makes sure to like, after they've done, she wants to make sure he meets other, because I'm assuming there are families here because it's a big like festival thing. She wants to make sure that she is introducing him to kids their age. That's very important to her. Like she's going, this is my friend Nima. He's great. He's very strong. She's like saying all this stuff about.
So strong.
Yeah, she wants, but she's leaving out that he's a prince. Like unless he mentions it, or gonna be a prince.
Yeah.
She's not bringing that up.
Yeah, he doesn't mention it at all because, like, it just doesn't come up. And he's just so caught up with everything going on around him that he doesn't really like talk too much about himself. Even he just is talking to everybody. He's running around. He's playing the games. He's eating the food, and he just kind of he dances in a silly way with Roy to the music.
Yeah, I think she tries to like teach him how to dance in like a casual, like not like a square dance way, but like
yeah,
like a polka dance kind of style thing, or like a two-step, just like silly dances that they teach you when you're in junior high.
I love it.
And before you know it, Poppy, you hear a clock strike from inside the nearest farmhouse, the grandfather,
Mhm.
and it hits 11 chimes. And when it gets to 11, you've been paying attention, but like you're almost worried that there's going to be a 12th one. But
Okay,
it's
but
11.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Poppy was like, okay, well, I better start rounding up these babies.
Making these chiltons.
So she goes around and goes up to whoever she finds first and like, it's 11 and we should probably start heading back.
Is the prince like in viewing distance? Is he around too?
Mhm. Yeah, he's not too far off.
Yeah, then Amma goes and grabs him by the arm very gently. He's like, we have to go now. We have to
Oh.
make
We
sure.
have to go.
Okay.
I mean, Roy, he this isn't. We did sort of kidnap you.
I went willingly.
That'll be a good defense when we explain what we did.
Mhm.
Oh, we have been gone for a long time. And we
Yeah,
just
it's
told
wonderful.
Lord Gregory that we were going to the bathroom.
Well, we can say that we got lost. Like, the palace is big, right?
Big castle.
Eh.
Well, we really should get you back and make and you can decide what you want to do.
Okay, well, I'm feeling really strong, so I bet I can throw the lance.
Okay. And yeah.
Well, we'll be there to cheer for you no matter what happens.
And, I don't think I never really thought like I had a choice, but I didn't know if I wanted to be prince, but I didn't want to be a prince of that building. But I think being a prince of games and good food and music and all this, if I get to be a prince for these folks too, that seems kind of nice.
Yeah.
And now that you know some of them, then maybe you can invite them over sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that if I was prince.
You could throw parties for them, and they could be whatever you wanted them to be.
Yeah, I could invite people to my own parties.
Yeah, and you could have all kinds of game parties, if and tons of food and stuff, and you would have all of these new friends. It's really great. I mean, I think it's a great plan.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think I'm strong enough to throw the lance? And I don't even know what the third trial is going to be.
We can help you. Let's get back to the palace. I mean, I don't know. We can use magic, or I could throw the lance. Does it say that you have to be the one that throws the lance?
I think I do have to be the one that throws
Oh.
the lance.
Or
Well,
well, we can make it lighter, or
No matter what happens, I think you're ready to be a prince. So we're gonna make sure it happens, right, Poppy and
Yeah.
Roy?
yeah, 100%.
Then let's go.
All right. So you head back to the palace. Do you go through the same balcony?
Mm.
I think having Nemo with them, at least I think this, you can correct me if I'm wrong, would like give them a lot more courage to go through the front door.
Yeah, okay.
I kind of feel that.
Yeah, so you just come in through the front door. There's a couple of servants there who are like, oh, you're back from the bathroom.
My dress was really hard to get out of.
Well, very well. Come quickly, though. There's not much time left, and there's still 2 trials left. It's very important that Prince Apparent Nima Garnet passes these trials so he can accept his rightful place in the royal family. Come now.
Lets them shuttle us off.
Yeah, same.
And when you come in, it appears that Lord Gregory has been frantic. He appears disheveled. He was like directing like servants different ways, and the door opens and he swings around. Prince Apparent Nima Garnet.
Evan leans
Your
over to
return.
Roy. He's like, does he have to say his whole name every time?
think so?
Nod. The trial of strength.
You got this, Nima.
We should definitely lighten it.
Yeah.
Or at least control it.
Nima kind of struts over to the lance. He, like,
He's so
Emma's been talking
confident.
him up as being super strong all night. So he's like, yeah, I got this. And he reaches up and he's like, ooh. And
He's reminded instantly how strong he isn't.
okay. I got this. And I've got help. Okay. Yeah, and without really knowing what you guys are gonna do, he makes as if he's going to throw the, like, underhand style, like
Like Granny.
like Grandma
Oh,
Bowling
God.
at bowling alley. He's just gonna launch it up.
Okay, so we definitely have to control it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Emma's going to try to make it lighter, so it can be easily like a gust of wind or whatever. It can be easily controlled to the where it has to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think 20 plus your magic, so 21 as a goal. Sounds good.
Okay, cool. 5 times 1 is 5.
Nice. Yeah. So as he kind of like bends down, he's gonna give it all his strength because it's so heavy, and suddenly becomes light as he launches it upwards. And it goes mostly upwards, and it goes up, and it's gonna miss the target, but maybe it can arc, or maybe it can
Yeah, she's like this.
definitely make it
Yeah.
up there.
She's got this look of like, like, do something. Looking at
Yeah.
Poppy and Roy.
Poppy's just gonna try to like gust of wind it up to get it the rest of the way.
Okay. Same 20 plus your magic.
Okay. So, 7 should be good.
What times what is 7?
Oh, I mean, sorry, 6.
Okay.
It adds it also and was like 1 plus 6. It's 7.
Okay. Either way is a success.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it flies upward. There's an audible gasp. But with the gust of wind, you guide its arc, and so it strikes it on the way down. And the bag falls, and hay pops out, and out clatters the second fragment of the crown. And he runs over and he grabs it, and he's like, I got it. And he clicks the two pieces together, the one that he already has. And he's running around in circles, and he gives you all big, big hugs.
Yay!
And he's so happy. And then very quickly, Prince Apparent Nima Garnett will now undertake the third and final trial, the trial of wisdom. The final fragment of the crown lays among the stars that dot our sky. And as noble blood, he will pluck it from the sky and complete his crown and earn his legacy. Now quickly, to the observatory or something. You need to get outside.
Okay.
Oh, can I pop him on the back of my broom and like fly him up to wherever the observatory is?
Yeah, so you get to the uppermost, you fly him to like the uppermost level where you can see the night sky, and Poppy and Emma are able to follow. Gork just barely manages to jump on the back of Emma's broom. Half a salmon still in his mouth. His character trait is hungry. Yeah, and sure enough, you're on the balcony. There is probably 15-20 minutes left of the night, and you're looking up at a beautiful starry sky. Like, you can see, like, arm of the galaxy. It is just gorgeous and speckled, and he's just staring, and he says, I have no idea what to do.
Can I Do I have so I don't know how this would work. I want to see if I can because I have fortune telling. I want to see if I could without my cards get a sign or a vision of what he's supposed to do by channeling in on him.
Use the stars, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
guess,
think
yeah.
this is something Amma would. I don't think this is something Amma would hear about because she's not royal and she's not from here. So maybe she could get some kind of vision or some kind of sign that of what maybe he's supposed to do.
All right. So I will, I suppose, remind you. So as you look up at the stars, and are you wanting to roll for it, or is it all right if I just kind of
It's up to you. I can roll for it because I
Okay.
have the skill, but I think she's taking Nima's hands in hers and in some way trying to, and this is just clearly for narrative, cool stuff. It's trying to match the lines in his hands with maybe the constellations above and trying to see if she can get any kind of information.
Okay. So I'm going to, in this moment, thinking about your reading and how you helped him and the Chariot of Victory, the Empress kind of representing this past of the family, the Emperor kind of representing the present, this rise to royal power, the Hangman representing freedom from restraints, and then the Chariot representing, in a lot of ways, just flight and the speed and levity. You tie that back to Nana Moon's portent that she described before you left, that gold was in the past, this history of wealth and power, that the present was the warrior, a young hero rising. The key to the situation on your part was the mischievous and wisdom and cunning of the cat, and the future being the trickster, being clouded and uncertain, and perhaps the Nima needed to make his own decision, his own destiny. But lastly, the fifth portent that connects everything together was the wind. And it was described as the wind being above, moving the clouds, but not in your sails. And this idea of a guiding force. The chariot is, in a lot of ways, elementally connected with the wind, the force, the rushing, the flight, the wind that carries the sun over. And this theme of seizing destiny and confidence ultimately kind of narrows down. So you get this abstract notion, this vision of the importance of the wind that swirls around the stars, as well as the very real action of making a decision, of seizing your own destiny, of fate being a visual thing, but ultimately a thing that you need to grasp for yourself. And when you're holding his hand, and he says, I don't know what to do, you think that his greatest obstacle right now is himself.
Emma opens up her eyes and looks at him and says, Nima, you want to be prince, right?
I want to be a good prince.
Exactly. You want to be a prince because you want to help like the people you met down there tonight, right? You want to make more friends and make sure they have fun too, just like you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think you'll be a good prince, Nima? I think you will.
I think you'll be a great prince.
Yeah, I think you got the right stuff.
And if you think you'll be a great prince, I think all you have to do is just believe it, and you'll know what to do. You'll be able to have this last part of the crown because I think you're meant to be the prince. I think it's your fate.
It would be so much easier if I was a witch like you guys.
Boys can't be witches.
Well, I mean that's true, but magic doesn't always solve everything.
I'm really bad at magic,
It
actually.
can get you in a lot of trouble. Roy can tell you that.
And you know, it's doesn't really matter how much magic you have if you don't have the wisdom to use it properly.
I don't think you need to be a witch, Nima. I think that you can solve your own problems without magic. I think that it's inside of you.
Okay.
Maybe just close your eyes and think about it, and think about the crown and how much you want to help people and be a great prince, and I don't know, reach up toward the stars and grab it.
But I think if I do that, that's like magic, right? If I could do that, that would be like magic.
Yeah, your own kind of magic. A special magic.
It's not witch magic. It's Mina magic.
Yeah. And that's all the magic you
Okay.
need. Your own magic.
Okay. And he closes his eyes and he reaches up and he says, I want to be a prince who is like a witch, kind and caring and powerful. And he just holds his hands up in a cup and he waits and his eyes are closed so tight. And you look up at the sky where he's facing, and it actually looks like one of the stars is getting a little bit bigger and coming down, and at last a form sits in his hands, and it is the wind spirit.
Oh my god.
Hey
F
guys.
that thing.
Hi.
Long time no see.
What's going on with this kid?
What, are you gonna steal something from him?
I already did.
Did you steal his crown chunk?
Yeah.
Well, can you give it back?
Of course, that's why I'm here.
Can
Okay.
I ask you a question before you hopefully do this? Why are you the way you are?
Well, hey, I've done a lot of growing since when you last met me. I was just a baby.
Can you give him back his crown, please? He's gonna be a great prince and he needs it.
I think that was really nice of you guys to help him like this.
Yeah.
I wonder if he will get magic. You guys ever hear of warlocks?
Yeah,
Um,
my mom says that they're fake.
There probably are. I've never seen them, but I've seen a lot of things. I guess if he was going to be a witch, you'd need like a cat born on his birthday or something. And he
Oh.
pulls out the last fragment of crown. Here you go, kid. And he doesn't seem to notice any of this interaction. He's still just like, And when the wind spirit flies away, the final fragment falls into his hand. He's like, I got it. It worked.
You did.
It worked.
You did really good, Nima. And Emma's like patting him on the shoulder.
And he connects it, and then the
clock begins to chime.
Quick, back downstairs, guys.
Okay, you rush through the hallways, flying past servants. The chimes are counting the hours as it gets closer and closer. And right before the 12th chime, he bursts into the ballroom where Lord Gregory is anxiously wringing his hands. And he shouts, "I got it!" And he puts the crown on his head. "I did it!"
Emma's like clapping. It looks really good on you.
Woo, woo, woo! That's Roy.
Prince Nima Garnet. And the servants and stuff cheers, but Nima turns around and gives you all a very big hug.
Hug.
Emma returns it.
Yeah.
And Roy says, "If boys could be witches, I think you would make a good witch."
Emma's eyes get big because she's like, "Oh, that's a lot from Roy."
All right.
And I give him a gentle punch on the shoulder.
He seems
There's
to
the
understand
Roy I
it's
know.
the end. I don't know. That's
We go back to Nana Moon.
it's it. Yeah. Credits
Yeah.
roll.
We go back.
Executive produced by
Yay!
Dick Wall.
I love this
I
game.
love this game.
It's literally all the freaking wholesome goodness that I need in my life, and I love it so much.
This game is like going home and being able to see my dog. It just heals my whole soul.
Same here. I love it. Yeah, we can go around and do our plugs, all that good kind of stuff, and then get out of here because it is late.
It is late.
Taylor, what about you?
I am Taylor. I am on Twitter at Taylor_CS, as well as at Whimsy Machine, where I retweet my tweets about designing games, because I also design games as Whimsy Machine Media, including Spell the RPG, which is also a wholesome kind of silly game where you use letter tiles to cast magic. What you spell is what you cast. And then I will be on Off the Table tomorrow, playing in Monster of the Week, run by Katie.
Less wholesome than this game. So much so.
Significantly so.
Mariah, what about you?
I'm Mariah. Get over and follow me on Twitter at Rainy Day Mariah. I also draw a webcomic called Rainy Day Dreams. You can read that over at rainydaydreams.mariahcurry.com, and it's Curry spelled Currey. Please read my comic.
Rachel, what about you?
Hi everyone, I'm Rachel. You can find me on Twitter at r_omulus. On Saturday, I believe I'm going to be on Off the Table playing Tales from the Loop.
No, not this week.
Ow! Okay. Not this week. Then on Tuesday, you can definitely find me on Off the Table playing Urban Shadows. I have other games. I just can't remember any of them.
It's like 15 to 1, so at least for me, so it's late. I'm Katie. You can find me all over the internet tomorrow. Like Taylor said, I'll be on Off the Table for another late night game, Monster of the Week, which is, they're trying to stop the apocalypse, so significantly different setting than this. Saturday I don't have anything, but Sunday I'll be, if you come back here in the morning, we have Honey Heist. It's the penultimate episode. It's very fun. And then I will also be over on the Phantom Roll booth that evening. We're finally getting back to Apocalypse World. Finally, people are here, and I'm not traveling, and it's great. And we have a new player coming in, so it's gonna be a really good time. This will be up on YouTube later. And once again, thank you all for playing, and thank you, Taylor, for running this. I genuinely love this game. And having to cancel for the last 2 times has killed me because I want to play. But, life is rough. But yeah, thank you, chat, for hanging out, staying late, and we will see you again in 2 weeks when we get into some more witchy goodness.
Yay!
Bye, everybody.